I mean, on top of which, did you hear about the Boko Haram? Yeah, we've been covering Nigeria, and people are asking me, why in the hell are you caring about Nigeria? Because don't you understand, that is a front that Iran can continue to just, it's like a domino effect, man. Do you understand? It's a domino effect. Remember, Iran is basing their whole government based upon a theocratic idea. I mean, even though Ahmadinejad is the president, the basis of power is in the Ayatollah, is in the Supreme Council. You know, I mean, it is a theocratic regime. I mean, the Iranians are living what all these people out here in the other parts of the Arab community are fighting for, all right? And in Nigeria, the Boko Haram are actually fighting for what the Iranian people are living under. Anyway, the Boko Haram, which is, once again, a Islamic destructive sect of people that has been devastating and killing innocent people in Nigeria in an attempt to try to destabilize the country to implement Sharia law. I mean, they've killed over 1,000 people in these attacks, the Boko Haram. All right, I mean, over 1,000 people, for Christ's sake. And I'm telling you this right now, you take a look at all these strongholds from all these Islamic extremists, all it takes Iran to do at this point in time is just start moving in. You know, do what Stalin did when Stalin kind of took control of Russia after World War II. All of a sudden, communism started spreading around like wildfire out there. Y'all remember that? All of a sudden, you know, communism started spreading around like wildfire. This same application could apply to Iran and this Arab Spring, this Islamic extremism that's just floating around all these particular countries, for Christ's sake. And I think it's very dangerous for the world, because what we're seeing is a potential World War III of biblical proportions. Because believe it or not, a lot of these people that are doing this, especially the Islamic extremists, they're doing this over some religious zealousy. You understand? I mean, they're doing this because they believe that they're doing Allah's will. They're doing what the Prophet Muhammad preached. They actually believe this crap, all right? And they're willing to die for it. I mean, literally kill themselves for it, all right? And when you have these many extremist groups all across these particular countries within the region, it spells a recipe for disaster, all right? I mean, all Iran needs to do, if it had the balls to do it, which I'm not saying it doesn't, because, you know, at this point in time, we're putting them in a predicament to where they're going to have to make a move. And, you know, if I was the general of the Iranian army or the whole Iranian military, I would go right into Iraq. Then I would go right into Syria. I would go into Egypt. I would go into Libya, all these Islamic extremist-led countries that have been toppled by the Arab Spring. Go through all of them. And then, you know, rally this whole big, humongous Islamic extremist idealism once all these countries start falling hook, line, and sinker with the Iranians' regime interpretation of theocratic authority. And before you know it, I think that all these countries will start falling. I mean, once Iran goes into Iraq, they go into Syria, they go into Libya, they go into Egypt, they go into Nigeria, which has the Boko Haram. And let me tell you, the reason I'm talking about the Boko Haram, these guys are the sickest brand of freaking Islamic extremists that you can think of. They're killing their own people. I mean, Nigeria, the bulk of Nigeria's population are freaking Islamic. They're Muslim. So when they're killing 1,000 people, the Boko Haram, for the sake of Sharia law, they're killing their own people to achieve this. That's how sick they are. But you see, they'd be more than willing to just accept some kind of alliance with anyone who happens to take control and centralizes this unorganized Arab Spring that's happening here, folks. All right? And that's why I continue to, you know, say all these particular devastations, these crimes against humanity, these suicide bombings, these attacks, the reason I say this is in hopes of telling you, hey, World War III's around the corner, and unless you're willing to go fight it, well, then you need to get up off your ass, and you need to start getting political, and you need to start getting political quick. Because if you don't, this damn thing is going to come into a header, and I don't want to be there, all right? I don't want to be a part of this crap, all right? I mean, these people are nuts, all right? I mean, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. These Islamic extremist idiots are nuts. We have no business fighting biblical wars, for Christ's sake. We have no business for this crap. I mean, we have no business fighting holy wars here. I mean, this is just disgraceful, man. It's just disgraceful. What we should be doing, if you want my personal opinion, if I was in charge of America, I would keep my strongholds of military assets within the region, but I would clandestinely try to antagonize the goddamn Iranian domestic people. Because you have to understand, the people don't like living under Sharia law. They don't like living under the Ayatollah. They don't like living under Ahmadinejad. I mean, just do a damn YouTube search of the Iranian Revolution 2009, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I would clandestinely try to antagonize an upheaval in Iran, all right? Secondly, I would also antagonize the different tribes. All right, there's different tribes out there of Islam. Believe it or not, Sharia and Sunni. All right, both of them hate each other because both of them have a different interpretation of Islam. So if I was somebody that was, involved in CIA operations, I would go directly for that exploitation. I would go directly there and try to organize some type of a scheme to where these idiots would kill each other off. All right? I'm serious. Just kill each other off. And all you've got to do is, not trying to sound like some freaking disgusting Mossad agent over here, but plan some bombing at one of these sacred Sunni temple, or the Sunni, what do they call these guys? The Sunni mosques, excuse me. All right? Bomb one of these Sunni mosques. And let me tell you something. The Sunni would respond horrifically against the Sharia. And before you know it, Sharia, Sunni, they're going to be kicking each other's ass. They're going to be killing each other. They're going to be doing it for Allah. You know what I mean? Let them kill each other, man. Let them kill each other to the point where they realize that, hey, maybe we shouldn't be down for Allah like this. Maybe we should be a peaceful people. That's right. Maybe we should be a peaceful people. That's what we need to do. We don't need to be doing Allah and then be killing each other for Allah. We have to do that. Shut up! I'm telling you, folks, we will never see world peace until humanity disregards the old world ideas. The old world ideas of religion, of political romanticism, of this idea of nationalism, culturalism, racism. All these isms I just mentioned have stained the halls of history with blood. It has provided nothing but perpetual strife for humanity, and why we continue to oblige ourselves to religious institutionalism, political romanticism, nationalism, culturalism, racism is beyond me, for Christ's sake. We need to not acknowledge these old, primitive, old world concepts. This is a new world, for Christ's sake. We're not some goddamn savage skinned tribes out here killing each other because we look like different colors. We're not at some stupid, dumb, incivil, jungle-based, goddamn tribal-related piece of garbage. We are human beings. We are enlightened people. We have gone beyond design. We have conquered nature. We are exploring space, and we need to make the basis of humanity that knowledge and the progression of humanity as a whole. That's what should be the basis of humanity's existence, not this disgusting display that we're seeing in today's world. Not this disgusting complacency that we're witnessing today by allowing these bureaucrats to subjugate humanity and stagnate human progress.